All right, Big Bang. Today is Thursday. It's October 31st. Welcome to the Dog Walk presented by Barstool Sports. I am joined in studio by some Chicago boys. I'm here with the Lyrical Lemonade guys. We got Elliot, we got CP, and we got Joe. Guys, welcome in. I'm excited to talk to you.
Yeah, thank you for having us.
Of course, yeah. Man. So can we just, so for the demographics, and actually just for you in general, how many people are like, wait, what do you do?
I'd say when it's like our parents' friends or like a bit older, like trying to explain to one of my mom's friends what Lyrical Lemonade is tough.
And I share that pain with you, I think, you know, with being here. Be like, wait, what do you, like, is that a full-time job?
Yeah.
Do podcast? Yeah, so yeah, it is.
Exactly.
So I got you. So that's why I put it that way.
But anyone, I'd say under, like, we're all 28-ish. Anyone like kind of 30 and under has a good grasp on it.
For sure.
Yeah, the holidays are always fun. Like, I saw you did this and da-da-da-da. And it's like...
It's weird to explain too, because it's like, all right, we shoot music videos, but we also like have a lemonade. We also throw concerts, but we have like collabs with Minions and the Bears and these corporate companies. Yeah. It's like a lot of things under the umbrella, and trying to explain that to like your homie's dad at a wedding is tough. Like, I remember trying to genuinely explain like what our Bulls lyrical collab was at a wedding last year, and my friend Austin Bolker, his dad was like, what do you mean? Like they buy clothes with their logo on it? I was like, yeah, like how you would buy a Cubs hat or a Bulls hat. Like it's the same concept, but but definitely interesting.
Yeah, no, you're right. And that's what's funny. I've been doing some like mainstream stuff like The Score and Fox. And what's funny is all the people our age are like, oh, Barstool, that's so sick. But now it's the older generation. The parents are like, oh, that's so awesome. And the Fox is like, well, yeah, I've been doing this kind of thing the whole time. So yeah, it's funny how the generations like.
Yeah, how you'll get that stamp of approval. Like my grandma doesn't really know what's going on. She's like 85. But like when there's the Chicago Tribune article about the festival, then she's like, oh, it's real now.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah. Exactly. That. Yeah, the paper. That was like the big moment for my dad. He's like, oh, like you're on the Sun-Times.
Exactly.
Whatever. So
yeah, I brought my parents to the festival 2 years ago for the first time, and they were like, whoa, like this is a whole thing. Like you guys actually have like an actual festival.
like your badge works to get in every fucking place in this thing. Yeah. Yeah. That's sweet. But yeah, let's obviously start at the beginning. So you said there's 12 people or 11 people in your building?
In office day to day, I'd say about a dozen people, but obviously we have people on our video production team and our festival team that are remote or, you know, during festival season, we'll outsource a lot of work. But yeah, day to day basis, what, 11, 12 people?
Yeah.
How did it start and what did it start out as?
Lyrical started in 2013. It was founded by Cole Bennett as a music blog. So he was a high schooler at Plano High School, about an hour and a half outside the city. And he wanted to like cover new Chicago music and write about it. And this is when blogs were really popping up. You know, I'm pretty sure blogged and still blogged for Barstool for a while. Mm-hmm. So like when blogs were really popular 10, 12 years ago, Cole was doing that, writing about Chicago artists. Then it slowly branched off into like, you know, a t-shirt drop. That was 20 t-shirts, and that slowly grew. Then he started releasing music videos. And then, you know, the merch kind of grew into Lemonade. The early concerts grew into the festival. It just kind of started building these legs, and
So when you say he had a blog, was he just writing like, hey, I saw this up and coming artist at Aragon, his name was Chance the Rapper, like look out, like is that kind of the blogging he did?
So it was like, all right, so it was like just covering like but there was like Fake Short Drive. There was other like little pockets of Ruby Horn and other stuff going on, like where they just like, if you had a song that you like, you know, a lot, like you write about it and you'd be like, oh, this is new. Like you'd be basically trying to like be the news, you know what I'm saying, for what was going on in the city and the scene. Yeah. So we was just him being the first writer for the blog. Like I would just see a lot of articles, like he'll just pick people that, you know what I'm saying, that he like that he liked, you know what I'm saying, that people that needed the recognition that he wanted to give recognition to, and he would write about them. And then you know, like, and this is on a lower scale. It's not like talking about like, oh, okay, who at the time was like busting and
like Kanye or,
you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, we're not covering that, but we covering like, you know, people who need the spotlight, you know what I'm saying?
It was like music discovery via SoundCloud and like these avenues where like there was artists releasing songs. So you might write a blog about a artist who has 100 plays on a song, just because you heard it, you like it, you want to share it with people type thing.
And was there like a big moment that really caught fire?
For the blog?
Yeah. Like, was there like oh shit, like this kind of kicked it into gear?
I think Yeah, I don't think like specifically for the blog. I think the blog, like as the company just started getting bigger, I think, you know, with more like just even our following on Twitter and Instagram, I think that like even after like more so too after they seen that we were putting together, he curated shows. When he started doing the shows, I think people wanted to be more involved in being on the blog. Like it meant more to them because it's like, damn, they just threw this show, like everybody was here, and it was like a time where like all these small events, wasn't a lot of people doing it, wasn't a lot of people like curating. It was a lot of like little scene you know, events here and there where artists would like independently like throw their own stuff, or like somebody will put something together, but it wasn't like no collective nobody, like it wasn't like companies or, you know, collectives putting together shows that everybody knew about, like, oh, these people throwing shows. Like he started slowly building a little culture, a little scene within the scene that was already there. And now people want to be on the blog, they want to get talked about and get, you know.
And I wouldn't say there was that moment like for the blog per se. Like the blog was kind of like the thing, like the day-to-day at the point. But like when we started throwing shows, you know, our first show was at Music Garage, 50 people. Then it was 100 people. It was Reggie's Rock Club, 150 people. And then like our kind of breakthrough for the show side of things was we booked Lil Uzi Vert in 2016, months in advance, and we sold out Metro. So we went from like 150 cap to 1,200 cap. When it came to like merchandise, we were doing like a run of 15 t-shirts to start, and then it was like 20 hoodies, and then we slowly grew. And then at some point in 2016, 2017, we had released this carton patch hoodie, which is basically just a hoodie with our logo on the left-hand side chest. And those just started, it caught streetwear culture and just started selling like crazy. So like those were two moments on that side. Music videos wise, I'd say
the Dex moment.
The famous Dex era. Yeah, there was this artist out of Chicago, 2016, he started to blow up. Famous Dex, but that was like...
You heard of him.
Have I?
Have you not heard of Dex?
Man,
he's out of touch. I would say he's a little out of touch with the hip hop a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, like,
you know him. You've heard his songs for sure.
Yeah, have I?
If you
probably
saw
heard
him,
him.
He had a few platinum records. If you saw him and heard a song, you'd probably like, oh, I've heard this somewhere.
Yeah.
I don't think he was probably watching the videos, but that was our first artist where like we shot a video and it's like we just got 1 million views in 24 hours.
That was like the first time breaking an artist for real too, because like he was doing his thing like to the point where like you were hearing about famous Dex in the city, but like at that point in time, like he hadn't got to that point, like he didn't hit 1 million views on his own, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it was like once, and him popping out during that show for the Uzi show was like, you know what I'm saying, it was crazy timing because it was right before Uzi was about to pop. Like the timing of that show that we booked them was like, I don't know, we snapped, you know what I'm saying? Because it was like, damn, it was like they was on to this shit beforehand, you know?
Yeah. So how did you guys all meet, Cole? Like how did you guys all get involved?
We'll go one at a time.
Yeah, go ahead.
So funny enough, I went to Coal City High School, which is like down 55, probably an hour, and I played high school football. And in my conference, I played Plano High School, which is where Cole went.
Yep.
So we kind of knew each other from high school football. And then I moved back to Chicago when I was right out of high school. He started going to DePaul, and we met via, long story short, I'm not even gonna tell the whole story, it's too long. We met via a mutual friend. Like he had a friend named Luis who he went to high school with. I met Luis at a concert. He had snuck into the concert early. And, you know, instead of like kicking him out or whatever, I was like, yo, stand by me. I was doing the merch stand. I was like, stand by me. You know, we chopped it up. I was music blogging at the time for my older brother's website called See Beyond Genre. And Luis is like, hey, do you have any hobbies? Like we're chopping it up. And he's like, once I told him my music blog, he was like, oh, have you ever heard of Lyrical Lemonade? When I joined Lyrical, it probably had like 300, 400 followers on Twitter. And it was just a music blog. Long story short, I had heard of it. He was like, yo, I went to high school with Cole. You should reach out to him. You should get set up on, you know, the music blog, start writing. So I joined December 2014. So I'm 2 months away from 10 years. I joined when I was 18, right out of high school.
Wow.
But I've met just kind of by meeting a mutual friend who planted the seed in my head. And then I just reached out on Twitter. Like Cole had tweeted on Lyrical a couple days after that, like looking to add writers to the blog because he was the only writer. And I think me and CP both reached out on the same tweet, but you could tell how you met.
So you guys are writers 2 and 3, like you guys were 2 of the first writers.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Okay.
So
technically employees number 2 and number 3.
damn near here.
Okay.
Actually.
Yeah.
What you call it? Me and Cole met because in high school in like 2013, one of my homies, well, he wasn't my homie really like that, but this dude I went to school with, his name Malai, he was rapping. He was Cole was already, he was shooting videos for people randomly, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I get like passion project, like really, and it was cool. I ain't gonna lie, the first like real video that somebody shot in high school, I was like, damn, that's kind of hard. But he shot him for my boy, and I guess one day Cole was trying to go to Chance the Rapper concert, trying to go to the at the Aragon, and I had tickets. Some girl bought me I bought a ticket, and some girl bought me a ticket for my birthday, so I was trying to sell it. I was like, damn, who trying to buy this ticket? Malak ended up sending me Cole Twitter. Cole DM me. He was like, yo, you got another ticket for that? Da, da, da. I was like, yeah, I got one. Da, da, da. I'm like, we'll meet on the day of the concert. Da, da, da. He's like, all right, bet. So that day we follow each other on Twitter. I follow him, and then we end up linking in front of there. I gave him his like, we trying to communicate through Twitter. He trying to link with me, but that shit not working. So he give me his number. I take his number. And then after that, I sold him the tickets, like, you know, high school kid. Like, I just kept keeping up with him, like, on some, like, I see his shit on my Twitter, like, you know, I'm seeing what's going on. But
you were aware of him at the time?
Yeah, that's my first, like, I was aware of him. He was just like, you know what I'm saying? I just followed him because I'm like, this kid kind of cool, you know what I'm saying? Like, peep this page. And then, then after that, after we linked after that, like, I ended up seeing him going to, seeing that he was going to DePaul. And, you know, my best friend was going to DePaul. And, I ended up hitting him. I'm like, bro, I'm over here. I'm at DePaul. Da, da, da. I'm like, let's link. He's like, you over here? Da, da, da. And we end up like just DMing, trying to link on some, like, you know, just trying to hang out type shit. But yeah, I was seeing the same at this same time. This like fresh out of high school, same time period. He fresh out of high school. We all graduated 2014, and then Then I just that's when what happened, man? Oh yeah, that we just started trying. I seen that same tweet he said, reached out. You know what I'm saying? I was DMing. I'm like, you know, if you need some help on this with Lyrical Lemonade, I'm like, bro, I think I could probably write. I'm like, writing, that's probably easy. Like, I seen it. He's like, yeah. He was like, send me some work. I sent him like a paper I did on sociology paper. I got an A on. He ain't even read it. That like, it's a big ass paper. I sent him like a 3-page paper. He DM'd me in like 2 minutes. He was like, you good? He was set me up with a kettle and shit.
Yeah, he just like had to give you a response to see some type of qualification.
Yeah, no cow. You see this? He was like, oh, okay. Yeah, they got an A right on the paper. So
yeah, that's funny. And what about you, Joe?
Yeah, so it's kind of funny because I'm realizing pretty much all of us like have this connection through Twitter. So shout out to X for bringing us all together. But yeah, so I met Cole for the first time in like early 2016. Basically, the way it kind of happened was I was scrolling YouTube. I was a really big fan of Chance the Rapper. And I was just scrolling through YouTube one day, and way before like he did Dex or anything like that, this was before anything was big at all, he put out this YouTube video called Thank You Chance the Rapper, which is basically like a compilation video of just a bunch of different clips of like Chance at like different shows and stuff. And I loved it. I thought it was really cool. And I'd noticed like the carton in the video, and I was like, this is really interesting. Like, let me like see what's to all this. So I like just kind of like, I think I found like the Twitter page, and like again, like very small following, I think like less than 1,000 followers at the time. And I just kind of tapped in, and then I think I seen like the email or something, and it was like Cole's email, and I just like emailed him because I was going to UIC at the time. And I was like really big into photography, and I was like, yo, like you got some like cool music videos going on, like would love to just like kind of come on set and just like take pictures of them. And I was like really surprised because the next morning I woke up and he like emailed me back, and I was like, whoa, this guy's like super professional. No idea who this guy is, how old he is, nothing. Mm-hmm. And so we just like, we follow each other on Twitter. We're like gonna tap in at some point. And then I think like fast forward a few months later, he had dropped the hoodies that Elliot was talking about, those carton patch hoodies. He only made like 60 of them, and I thought shit was fire, so I bought one right away. And I like DM'd him. I was like, yo, like I was like, I live in Chicago. I was like, I'll come like grab this hoodie from you so you don't have to like ship it. And I didn't know this at the time. I didn't know this until like a couple years ago. And he was telling me, but like at the time he was trying to like save every dollar he could, because like basically whatever he sold it for, he was making like next to nothing on it. So he was like, oh, like if I don't have to ship this, that's like an extra $15 in my pocket. So I pulled up to him. He was at the train station, and he had like this, obviously like this big bag of like hoodies, like because he was gonna ship everything out. And he gave me my hoodie, and I was like, oh, like where are you going? He's like, oh, I'm like going home, back home, like to the suburbs. I was like, oh, like what suburb are you from? He's like, oh, it's like this spot all the way like super deep. He's like Plano, and I was like, oh shit, like Plano, like I know Plano, which like. At the time, like I think Plano is like a little bit more well known now.
It's
but
like I'm in Coal City. It's like in a weird spot where it's not quite central, but it's not north enough to be a Chicago.
Yeah,
suburb.
I want to say Coal City had 5,000 people. Plano maybe had like 10.
Yeah,
it
but you don't. It's
very
just
tiny.
in that weird spot in the state where it's not really qualified with like one of the outskirts. Of
Definitely rural. For
Definitely unlocked Plano because from the inside the city, we heard nothing about Plano.
Yeah.
nothing about it.
The only thing I knew is I think their biggest rival is Sandwich.
Yeah.
And it's the Plano Sandwich
Yeah.
rivalry.
Yeah.
So
big beef. But yeah, I mean like nobody really knew about Plano. And like the biggest thing that happened to Plano before that, like before Cole coming out of Plano really was the Superman movie. They like filmed it there. But all my family's from Plano.
oh no shit.
So like I was like, no way, like, and Plano's like is like a really small town, right? So like everyone kind of knows everybody, and I was like, oh, like this is like who my family is, and like I'm telling him my family's like, no way, like they all went to school together. He's like, oh, I know that person. He's like, oh, like he's like, let's lock in, like da da da. So we like kind of bonded over the Plano thing, and we just kind of kept in touch from there. I mean, that's been my best friend since.
Yeah.
So,
So what you were employee? What would you say?
I came to work for Lyrical in like late 2016 for a little bit, but like I was going to school at the same time, and like I wanted to like kind of pursue like the corporate world first and like kind of get some skill set from there. So I was like going to school, I was helping him, and I was like working this like full-time corporate job. And yeah, I just kind of like locked in with that. I told him, I was like, right now, like I think we're like better friends. Like I don't know how much value I can bring to you as an employee, but I was like, down the road, I think we could probably figure something out. And then I went to go work for like Facebook and stuff. And then I think like almost 3 years ago now, was when I was like leaving Facebook.
Oh no shit. So you're like somewhat
Yeah.
newish. Then.
Yeah.
Nah, that's cool, man. Damn. So that's you guys are all kind of friends, is what you said. You guys all kind of came up together.
Yeah, we're all about 28. We've all been friends basically since we were like 17, 18.
Yeah. That's wild. So you guys like grew up with this shit.
Yeah, literally, like I see them more than I see my own brothers and family and stuff like that.
Yeah, we like one of the first times I went to LA. Me and Elliot went to LA together. Me and Elliot used to butt heads back in the day because I was like this
kids.
super hyper kid, and now it's like one of my best friends. You know,
That's wild, right? Like now you guys are becoming like old, like being 18 and having this shit. Like, but you guys at this point, you thought it would be something cool. You didn't think you'd be able to do this full time, or did you?
No, when I joined when I was 18, like again, it was a music blog, maybe 300, 400, 500 followers at the time, like very tiny. And like I thought it was cool. And I was working for Chance the Rapper at the time. I was working for his old manager, Pat Corcoran. So like I was a massive Chance fan. I was in that space, and I was watching. I was the youngest in the room basically, and I was watching like a bunch of like mid 20-year-olds work at a company independently in the music industry. But like they were all older than me, so there was a bit of a gap. And then when I met the Lyrical boys and we were just hanging out all the time, it just felt more like family in a way. But it was so tiny that like I didn't think necessarily it was gonna pop as quick as it did. But by the time I was 20, it started to go. 21, dropped out of college and just like started doing it full time, probably like 2018-ish.
That's sweet though, because I'm friends with Pat, and I've had him on this show a couple times, and I know your brother Eric too.
Yep.
And they, paved their own way.
Oh yeah.
And they're like, it's my little brother, like he's doing this. And then I can only imagine how shocked they were when they saw you guys.
It's so funny. I tease Eric about it now sometimes, but like when Lyrical first started, like it was not cool necessarily. Like we were kind of like looked at as kind of like lame or whatever.
Some goofy kids trying to do something.
But it's funny, like when I worked for Eric, and obviously Chance was on top of the world at the time, and they used to give me a lot of grief for it, and they tried to keep me in house for a while. But it just felt right. It was just kind of a gut feeling, like these were all my friends, and it just made sense.
Hey, let's take a break because this podcast is sponsored by Jack Black. Jack Black just came out with 4 new scents of their #1 deodorant called Pit Boss. Their deodorant is the best at controlling odor and wetness, so no matter what I'm doing, now I can have my cleanser, lotion, and antiperspirant all in my favorite scent, which is a total game changer. Jack Black's original Pit Boss deodorant is a top seller, and now you can get the same reliable odor and wetness protection in 4 new masculine scents. Big Sur offers a refreshing aroma that mixes marine accord and amber. Blue Midnight features adventurous notes of black pepper and lavender. Jackson presents a grounding blend of bamboo and violet. And Black Reserve is an elite woody formula with striking notes of cardamom and cedarwood. So they sent us some of these. In full disclosure, sometimes when people send us stuff, we just leave them at the studio. These Jack Black deodorants got swooped up right away. I grabbed the Black Reserve. I love it. It's good stuff, and I recommend you do the same. So Jack Black was founded over 20 years ago with the goal of offering men's body care products that were just as effective as women's body care products. Their commitment to superior skincare has made Jack Black, according to Circana, the #1 men's body care brand by total dollar sales. If you want simple, effective products that do what they say they're going to do, you need Jack Black. Head to getjackblack.com/dogwalk and use code DOGWALK for 10% off your order and free shipping. Once again, that's getjackblack.com/dogwalk for 10% off your order plus free shipping. And make sure you use my promo code DOGWALK so they know I sent you. Go check it out, folks. I honestly really do recommend it. I think you'll be happy. So use that promo code. And yeah, let's get back into the show. Did you know Cole had it?
I think off the like. For me, I think that what like made me believe in like everything that was going on was like just noticing like qualities that he had. Like, you know, me playing sports, like I always like I could identify like a leader, and I could identify somebody that like, you know, just has these qualities that you need to like elevate in like whatever you're doing, and like and just identifying like real passion for some shit, because I got real passion for the shit that I like, you know. So like when I was seeing him, like just how he maneuvered, just and just how serious he took what he had going on, I always felt like I was like, damn, like, you know, that was enough for me to like jump on board, because like we 18, we 17, you know what I'm saying? It's kids, like ain't nobody doing this at the time, you know what I'm saying? Nobody's like this much invested in like they own thing, they own company, they own idea, they own dream. Nobody's putting like these type of hours, or like even like just making the moves, like getting on a train 45 minutes to go sell one, you know what I'm saying, sweater or shirt, you know what I'm saying? So it was like little things like that, like I noticed off the rip, and it just made me gravitate to him, because I want to better them same qualities that I think that we both share. I want to like sharpen mine up, and I want to like have the same work ethic as him. Like it made me want to turn my work ethic up. So, you know, I think it was never like, oh, I think this shit finna be the biggest thing in the world, but it was enough to where like I was like willing to be led by him, you know what I'm saying? I was like willing to like jump on board and like do whatever it takes to like, you know, help him, you know, bring his dream to life, because I didn't know what my dream was at that time. So
yeah. There's, I don't know if like, I never looked at it like, oh, like this guy has it. We were just friends, and he loved the same stuff that we all loved. We all loved the Chicago music scene at that time was very prominent. It was like Chance was coming up, Chief Keef was coming up, Dirk, Herb, you know, heard everybody, Mick Jenkins, No Name. Like there was a really cool scene and we were just like the kids going to the shows. So we kind of formed our little group by doing this. And you know, it's weird now because like we're all still best friends, and Cole's like really famous, so people will ask questions like that. It's like I didn't necessarily think like, oh, this guy's gonna fucking do all these things, like, but he's just good people.
Yeah, I think once I got like deeper in the creative world of things, I started to like really understand like what it is like that's like making it all tick. And I think there's like a real, he sees things in a very unique way that I think not a lot of creatives do. And I think that's why he's found success in this.
I do think too, there's been a lot of times where he'll tell me some artist, something is going to work or pop, and like, I'll be like, I don't know if I see that. Like, you know, again, it feels weird to have this conversation in 2024, but like, I remember like when he was saying like, nah, Lil Pump, like this guy's really going to blow up. I remember saying, I don't know. Like there's been countless times where he says like, no, this is going to work. And even if I don't see it, it usually works.
Yeah. Damn. That's sweet. So what's your technical role in the company now, Elliot?
director of operations, but I run our social media platforms. So like, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube. We have 2 YouTube channels. It's obviously the main channel that's really big, music videos. And then we have a second channel called Lyrical Lemonade 2. It's got about 500,000 subscribers on there, but it's a lot of behind the scenes content, interviews, things of that nature. So socials, LL2. I did brand partnerships for a while. So we did like a project with Nike, and we did a project with the Bulls, the Cubs, Kellogg's with Pop-Tarts. So I worked on a bunch of those for a few years, but it's been ever evolving. But my main thing is like creative content on LL2 and social media.
Gotcha. Okay. How about you, CP?
Oh, so right now I'm a rapper. I'm an artist right now, but I think from the beginning of this, like I wore a lot of different hats in the company, and I think that and I also like on the LL2 side, like I help out with things of that. I help out with like damn the A&R and like finding artists and like putting things in his ear that what I'm saying, that I think is cool, like potentially could use a video. You know what I'm saying? But
that's for Cole, you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
But
is he the ultimate like sign off like? You could be like, hey, I kind of think this guy, you should check him out. Like maybe we'll do a video.
Yeah, and we all just like we all like it's pretty much an open conversation where we all can like suggest and bring things that we like and share and like what I'm saying, talk about them, and if it's hidden, we do it. If it's if it's not, we don't do it. But it's like it's open.
Also, before Joe goes, CP's being bashful. He does a lot of like on-camera interviews. So like he's really good at like talking to people, doing interviews, and he's also a streamer. And I think like if we revisit this conversation like 2 years from now, you're gonna be like, holy shit, that was the guy. Like he's gonna be a big ass streamer.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
there we go. What do you stream?
Just a lot the IRL. I stream games. I play, what I'm saying. I play video games and whatnot. But I'm moving into it's a new era of things going on, and like I want to do more IRL, like in person with the people that we just our network of people, and you know what I'm saying, chopping
he's
it up.
Also like really funny. Like you get CP talking, like, man, he's got some shit to say for sure.
I love it.
My title's chief of staff. What that entails, a little bit of everything. So I'm working on like a bunch of different stuff. It could be like from producing music videos to stuff on the business side of the company, and kind of working with like accountants, lawyers, stuff like that. Kind of day-to-day stuff with Cole. So like really anything he needs, I'm kind of just handling it, making sure it's getting done, and just kind of bringing things to the finish line, working with all the guys, kind of staying together with them, seeing what they need, and kind of just bridging the gap for a lot of things.
Okay. And how often do you guys here primarily the most, or?
Yeah, I mean, our office is probably 10 minutes from here, so most of our guys are in Chicago day-to-day basis. But we have productions in LA, like the video team was out there shooting a few days ago. So
yeah, like I was just in LA on Saturday, and we came back the next day. I'm on the road quite a bit. That's kind of like calmed down because we were living in LA, and then like living in Chicago. But now we're kind of fully based out of Chicago, and I'll spend like a good, like I would say every month, like a good week in New York, and kind of go.
And the answer to that might change in a year. You know what I'm saying? Like I think we got different time periods where like we was in LA for like a year or two.
Yeah,
like,
when we were working on the album, we were just locked in.
Now we backgrounded over here. You know what I'm saying? So
you might be bouncing around. You never know.
Yeah, but always here though at the same time.
I like
Always
that.
home.
So, so let me go through this timeline real quick. So the first real video that popped off was the Dex. You said.
Yeah, Dex probably 2016. There was a song called "Hit 'Em With It."
And that coincided with the Lil Uzi Vert concert. That
kind of right around the same time, same era.
Was it like before or after? Exactly.
The Dex video was like maybe a month and a half before.
Yeah.
So Dex was starting to pop, and then our
that
videos,
was a crazy time.
Yeah, and then our videos just hit like a run after that. Man, it was like we became this platform that was just breaking artists left and right for a few years right after that. So it was like Dex led right into. I'm gonna name a bunch of artists that you might not know, but Dex led right into like Lil Pump and Lil Xan, Lil Skies, Juice WRLD, Jack Harlow, Kid Laroi. Chime in if I'm forgetting any off the top of my head.
And these are all guys who were virtually unknown at the point.
Most of them when we, basically.
That's like a crazy list.
Yeah.
Of people. Even I know those people, and I'm not
Well, like,
fucking hip to this, as Lance said. Yeah.
And if they weren't like unknown, it was like that like send them to superstardom. You know what I'm saying? Like, What's Poppin' made Jack Harlow a superstar, and like crazy.
Yeah, I remember Leroy Cole was showing me the Let Her Go song, and he's like, yo, like I think I'm gonna do this video for this artist. And I was like, man, this is the one. Like this is so good. And he actually told me this recently. We were shooting with Leroy, and he was like telling me, we were like riding in the car, he's like, you know, like I'll never forget that day you like I was showing you the song, you were super excited about it, and that really like pushed me to like wanna do that one. So I was like, yeah.
That's cool, man.
Yeah.
That's cool. So you guys,
I'm in that video
Yeah.
playing a robber or something.
hey, CP's been in multiple videos as side characters. There was this artist who was really big called Blueface that we had shot a lot for early on.
Yeah.
And there's this scene where
Do not roll the clip.
where CP I think gets ran up on and shot by Blueface in the video.
He
but
should be in the video.
yeah.
Oh no shit.
Yeah.
We should-
So you guys like pride yourselves on being able to find like the next person.
Yeah.
I think the goal wasn't necessarily that. It's kind of starting out, and that just kind of happened. And I think a lot of the things we do, it's not necessarily like we're going out to, you know, be this or be that. It just kind of naturally happens.
I don't think that we're like, oh, we gotta find the next and the hottest thing to come out of here. I think it was just like naturally we listening to what we like, and like you showing me something, like I don't care if it got 1,000 plays or 100,000 or 1,000,000. Like if we like it, you know what I'm saying, we gonna see what's to it. I think
Which
that's
I think is the best strategy. Like you
Exactly.
shouldn't buy into something just because you think it's like, oh, that's what people want to hear.
Yeah,
You should
exactly.
do it
and just
because you
have
think it's good.
being like in a space where you can like actually trust that, you know what I'm saying, trust your own taste. And I think that that's what separates, you know, us from like, you know, the next person or the next, you know, platform, because a lot of people don't, you know, they think too much about, damn, how is this gonna get received if I co-sign this, or like, you know what I'm saying, damn, this is not popping right now, you know what I mean? And I think
Yeah.
that we never really think about stuff like that.
Yeah,
Now-
I've seen a lot of times people try to create a moment, or like they're trying to make something happen, and they're just like, if you're not doing it authentically to yourself, that's where you kind of fall short.
That's the key. That's the key.
The audience is like too smart nowadays.
They are. Audiences are way too smart.
Yeah.
I think, but I could imagine with this whole thing, like there's definitely been a bunch of suit type people in the industry that have come up to you guys all the time, I'm sure, that are like, hey, we got this guy, like if you blow him up, like it'd be like, how's that received?
Bro.
I think it's like it just comes down to like if
Does that happen though?
if it's
Like-
true to us,
For sure.
and it's something we really like, and it sound like it doesn't matter who's really presenting.
Cole always
Okay.
said like, bro, he that's one thing, like he always was like adamant on. He's like, bro, I don't care how much money somebody come with, you know what I'm saying, if I don't like the song, I'm not doing it. And I
Yeah.
think, you know what I'm saying, it's been that way since the jump. So
Yeah, absolutely.
That's good. I mean, because once you guys lose that, then
Yeah.
you guys lose.
Yeah, and
And
there's
we
been
sold out,
situations.
you know?
Yeah.
There's been situations where they come and they're like, "Yo, we don't have anything to be able to do this," and he's like, "I love the song, like let's do it." You know?
Yeah.
There's definitely videos for like superstar artists early on where it was like, we will come out of pocket to shoot this because we like the person, the individual, we like the song, believe in them. And like the same week you might get a really big offer to do a video for a mainstream artist, and it's like, nah, that doesn't make the most sense type thing.
Okay, what's like a high end price? How much it costs to shoot a music video?
I'll defer to Joe on this one.
We don't really talk about budgets publicly.
If you can't say, that's fine. But I'm gonna ask, and you can stop me at the gate if you need to.
Yeah.
We can tell you off camera.
Yeah, all right, that's fine. But like, and then you guys are famous for. Lance was telling me you guys shot one with an iPhone.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
There was
Babytron.
Baby
yeah, there was
Tron.
a stretch.
The goat, Baby Tron. Man.
There was a stretch. What was it? December, probably winter 2022, where Cole had shot maybe 5 or 6 videos all on iPhone. He shot one for Babytron, one for Ski, one from Justin Bieber.
Yeah.
And that was really just to show like the audience and kids, like you don't need fancy equipment, you don't need a big budget. Like everyone for the most part has an iPhone.
Yeah.
And like he was just showing like it's possible, and he was using free editing apps on the App Store to edit. And like it was just showing, you know, young directors like, hey, you could do this with your phone.
Yeah, the funny thing about that one, everyone thought that was some sort of Apple campaign.
No.
And then like 5 years later,
Sold
Apple's
out.
doing it as a campaign.
Are they?
Yeah,
didn't see
they did the Weekends video.
I did not see that.
Shot
no.
on iPhone. It's
They
like
actually-
a big thing for
They
them.
did reach out around there.
they did.
So, are you allowed to say which video was the most expansive without saying the price tag?
Expand.
Like, what was like the
I mean, you can kind of look
You
at
could-
them and
you could
kind of
guess.
tell.
kind of guess?
if you
Yeah.
if you went to Lyrical's YouTube and searched like most
Well-
popular, like you could look at the artist.
Go to the Post Malone in the NASCAR stadium.
Yeah.
Motley
Okay.
Crue.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That one was big.
yeah.
Yeah.
Using like camera chase cars, stuff like that. I mean, that stuff's not cheap.
Not cheap. Yeah. No, for sure.
Yeah.
And then what's like the main like stream? Like, is it from your YouTube streams? Like, do you get paid from YouTube the most, or what's like the?
I would say for us, it's a lot of like the brand activations and stuff like that, collabs, partnerships. We don't really make any money from YouTube at all.
Oh, really?
As you guys probably know, YouTube pays, but not that well.
Yeah. Are you guys monetized, or do you monetize a lot of the time?
You can't monetize music videos because like the label owns the copyrights.
No,
of the song.
really?
Yeah. So we don't. Those are like zeroed.
That
and
fucking
like
sucks.
the only thing we can monetize is LO too.
Yeah.
It's like our content.
Yeah, but you know, we've done a lot of brand partnerships over the years. We have our festival that we do every June. It's called the Summer Smash. Last year we did 3 days, 40,000 people each day. Our headliners were Travis Scott, Playboi Carti, and Chief Keef. So like our festival's grown every year, and we're the largest independent festival in the world. Like most festivals, you know, Lala, whatever, is C3 or Live Nation. They're backed by big corporate companies. So our festivals, you know,
It's a lot of fucking.
one weekend a year, we're like, you know,
A lot goes into that,
oh yeah,
right? Yeah.
A whole lot.
Yeah.
a
You're probably
whole
planning next year.
hectic weekend.
It's a whole operation. That's like our Super Bowl weekend.
Yeah.
That's like that. Everyone's coming out. Everyone gets new
Literally.
outfit, all that. Like
you get the text from the people you haven't heard from in 51
Yep.
weeks.
Yep.
Like,
get some tickets.
What's
you
up,
know?
man? Yeah. No.
You think you can give me some passes this year? You're like, da.
Yeah. Damn, man.
Yeah, but that's I would say like our Super Bowl weekend is the biggest weekend of the year.
yeah.
Sure.
Okay.
There's other avenues too, like the lemonade we had brought you earlier. You know, that was in stores earlier this year, and yeah, I hope I'd picture the lemonade, and you guys chime in the next like 5-10 years. I picture the lemonade being like a massive thing.
Yeah, I mean it's funny because the brand was kind of just started, and the name has lemonade in it, and I don't think anybody ever thought like, oh, we'd actually sell lemonade one day.
But it's such a no-brainer, and shout out to you guys for getting it done, because, for instance, you guys, you might be familiar with one of our shows here. It's Sunday Conversation,
Oh yeah,
the one that
Caleb
Caleb
Presley,
does
yeah.
with Glennie. Like, they don't have an ice cream sponsor on that.
Wow.
And it's like, what?
Ben and Jerry's tap in.
Like anyone, Edie, whoever, like Briar, it doesn't matter. Like, someone hop in.
Right.
It's mind-boggling.
Yeah.
So, like, I know it seemed like a no-brainer to you, but a lot of shit goes into making those deals get done. So.
Oh yeah,
Oh, it's a process.
Yeah.
It's a
Without a
process.
without a doubt.
Putting liquid in a can is not as easy as it sounds.
yeah,
Yeah,
it seems
yeah.
so simple.
I'm excited to try it, though.
Yeah.
You guys brought some in. Hey, let's take a break because we want to talk about ChevyDriveChicago.com. Hey, Bears fans, your local Chevy dealer wants to send you to see the Bears play Green Bay on November 17th. Entering is easy. Head to ChevyDriveChicago.com for your chance to win. While you're there, check out the latest Chevy lineup and Silverado, perfect for any tailgate. Your local Chevy dealers are the official truck partner of the Chicago Bears. I mean, what more do I have to say? You can go to the Bears game on November 17th. Against Green Bay, if you just go to ChevyDriveChicago.com to enter to win. I wish I could hype it up. Those tickets are going to be expensive, and I don't know why anyone who listens to this show wouldn't want to get in on this deal. So one more time, go to ChevyDriveChicago.com to enter for your chance to win when the Bears play Green Bay on November 17th. And like I said, while you're there, check out that Chevy lineup. Silverado is perfect for the tailgate. And one more time, the place to do that is ChevyDrivesChicago.com. Go get those tickets. All right, let's get back into the show. So you guys are like, it's independent, like you said. So like, whoever owns it, split. Cole owns it or whatever.
Yeah,
Lyrical
it's
is
100% independent.
Gotcha.
Cole's the sole owner of the whole company.
Okay, and like, is he like constantly fighting off offers and shit?
There's yes, and there was a stretch where obviously like everyone in the music industry was trying to get a piece of it, but Cole's been very good at just, he doesn't do things for money. I think that's one thing that's made Lyrical thrive over the years, is like, you know, a lot of other platforms would kind of jump at dollars and lose some reputation, or, you know, throughout the process, but yeah.
And he's really big on doing things if they feel right, if it's the right partner, things like that. And yeah, that's kind of what's got us to where we're at today.
What's the most viewed video on the YouTube?
It just hit a
Lucid
billion.
Dreams,
Yeah.
Juice World.
Yep.
Billion?
Yeah, it hit a billion maybe a month or two ago, but we had shot. You know Juice World?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he was from from Homewood.
Yeah.
He went to HF, and we met him when, you know, Lucid Dreams was starting to bubble on SoundCloud, maybe had like 10,000 plays. But that video we shot in Chicago, very like, again, small budget production. You could watch the entire BTS on LL2. But yeah, it hit 1 billion views maybe a month and a half ago.
Is that the one that's cartoonized, or is it not?
One where it's
No.
like,
All right.
You're thinking.
I wouldn't consider it
Yeah.
animated.
Yeah, it's not animated. There's animated moments. And
Yeah,
stuff.
okay.
But yeah, that one, it's funny because you can watch the BTS on LL2 and you can really see it, but it's literally just like, this was back in the day when like productions were very much just, it's literally Cole and a DP, which even then, like at that point, like he had started to use DPs before. He used to just be him and his Sony.
Say what a DP is for people
It's
who
like
might not know.
director of photography. So they're kind of like the ones that are like operating the camera. They're kind of like helping you find the frame, and they're kind of setting up the composition. Lighting is like a big thing. So like a DP would come in here and they'd be like, oh, like let's adjust this light, you know, make it pop a little bit more, maybe light them from the side. Like they're kind of like doing all that stuff. They're experts in the framing.
Okay.
Yeah. But Lucid Dreams was shot in a warehouse essentially on Halsted Street. Like it was you know, shot in basically like a wood shop, where like the main scene, the iconic scene everyone remembers, Juice like has his head through like a piece of plywood that we just cut a hole in. We put a fake wall behind it with a fake outlet to make it look like it was a room.
Yeah.
But that's the biggest one. It has 1 billion. And then I want to say the second one's like the Eminem Juice video, probably has like 700 million.
Yeah.
But in total, our YouTube channel has like 13 or 14 billion streams. So
That's monster.
yeah, it's crazy.
That's monster. Man, that's someone I am familiar with. He was great.
Yeah, no, it's incredible. Like,
Yeah.
good human being, like all the way through. What he was able to accomplish in music in the span of 18 months. Like, I don't know if we'll ever see something like that again. That was really incredible.
Yeah, because he was 20 when he passed away.
Yeah,
Right?
20 or 21. Yeah.
That's crazy. That's fucking young. What about, and obviously things have changed a lot for the guy, but working with Kanye.
I personally wasn't there for that one.
I'm sure
we shot,
who you get asked about the most?
who?
people have asked about Kanye. We shot the YNW Melly Kanye video. Honestly, I think more people ask about the other artists on that song.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, I wasn't there for that production, so I can't speak to it really.
Same here. Missed that one.
But if you talking about like where you like, you know, where you sat there and had a moment, thought about it, was like, damn, we just shot a video for Kanye. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was definitely that. You know what I'm saying? Monumental shit for sure.
That definitely.
Yeah, sometimes we'll be like coming back from set, and I was like tell Cole, like, yo, like even like going to set, I'm like, yo, like this moment right now, like we're working with such and such, like this is insane. You know what I mean? Like we were just shooting the Chief Keef documentary, and we started like working on that, and I'm like, we're doing this, like, and we were talking about this 1.5 years, 2 years ago, and like we're making a movie.
I mean,
you know?
and we could even dial it back to like, I ain't gonna lie, maybe 2016. Like we working with like Lil Bibby and like at this time, like Lil Bibby and Herb, and like in Chicago, to me was the biggest artist in the world at that time. You know what I'm saying? So even like going back to like me and Cole coming to 79th and Essex to go shoot a video. I'm like, this shit is crazy. I'm sitting there like, you know, in disbelief at the time, and I'm thinking that this the biggest moment, you know, up at this point, that I'm like, you know what I'm saying, I didn't even know it could get bigger than this. So it's just like, I don't know, it's just constantly something new, something always on the way.
Those moments happen a lot, and I feel like I've always used the analogy, like Lyrical, or working at Lyrical, for me at least, has felt like you know when you're at like a dead sprint on a treadmill, and you can't really break focus or you'll fall type thing. Like, you just kind of like come up for air like once every 2 years, and you're like, holy shit, that was crazy, and then you just go right back in. Like, so we try to do our best to like pinch ourselves in the moment and be like, yo, this is crazy.
Well, we just talked about that earlier, where you're like, you know how sick this is, when I was giving you guys a tour. I was like, yeah, but like likewise, like our worlds are just different, where like that's crazy to me. You know, so
I will say for myself, because like I spent a lot of time in the corporate world, worked at Facebook before Lyrical, and I had like a real good taste of like what like that corporate world, corporate job, 9 to 5, like what that looks like. And now being at Lyrical, like I love my job at Lyrical. Like I wouldn't trade it for the world. And like to me, never feels like I'm working. Like I literally get to hang out with my friends all day, and like we like, you know, we're moving the needle every single day, but like it just feels like we're just hanging out, having fun.
Yeah.
Actually, and I mean, and like you say, man, it's been a minute. You know what I'm saying? That we've been at it. So I think more so nowadays, I'm more trying to pinch myself damn near every day. You know what I'm saying? When there's shit going on, I'm like, damn, like this is crazy. Like, you know, because bro, I could have never imagined. You know what I'm saying? I always think back to myself, like even when I'm just sitting in the office, I'm like, if you would have told 18-year-old me I'd be sitting in this, you know, this crazy office and like being able to go sit here and do this, and like tomorrow we got Bears collabs, we got this going on, like tomorrow we shooting a video with Chief Keef, like we putting out an album with the, you know what I'm saying, so many things that I could like sit there and just sit there and just be grateful for, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like, it's insane.
Yeah, that's really cool. And how much is there of people like knocking at your door being like, hey, take a listen to this, or
Like our office?
Yeah.
No one knows where our office is.
Oh,
for the
so
most
that-
part.
No,
Like,
we're not doing
so
that.
our,
That's smart, but I'm sure it happens though. Like
It's-
if you're out in the wild, like I'm sure.
Oh, yeah.
I got to imagine at Summer Smash, people are like, yo,
without a doubt.
check it
I got stopped. We went to the steam room last night. I didn't even
Yeah.
tell you. I got stopped as I was leaving, and like some dude ran up. He's like, "Yo, like da da da, Elliot. I just made a short film. Like I'd love for you to see it." So like you'll run into people. Our office wise, like our old
That's
office.
crazy,
used
by
to
the
be-
way. Stopping somebody to watch a short film is crazy.
I can't lie. Fresh out the steam room, bro. I'm so hot. I'm about to pass out. Like, you know, respectfully, like hit me on the gram. You know,
Red Square or which one were you at?
we're at Soho House.
Oh,
Steam
okay,
room.
okay.
Yeah, I like Red Square too. Though.
Yeah.
That's a good one. But
Yeah, a lot of flash drives, a lot of emails.
Yeah.
A lot of might put
Yeah,
the
emails
headphones
are
in your
crazy.
ear while you outside. Like I done seen
Yeah.
people like literally run up to Cole, try to put the headphones in his ear. I'm like, what the hell, man?
yeah.
It's funny.
But most of it's on email, and but our old office, we used to be. We could say it because we're not there anymore. We used to be on Western and Roosevelt. There's like a White Castle right there.
Oh,
we
yeah,
were
yeah.
ground level, and we were kids, and we made our Wi-Fi Lyrical Lemonade. So like people would like walk by or be at the bus stop right outside, and like you know people started to catch on. So we did have a few knocks at the door at that office. For looking in the window, that shit was crazy.
Yeah.
See somebody on the camera outside, like, who is this dude?
It's scared as hell.
Yeah, it's a fine line too, because obviously you got to respect their hustle, but it's it's just impossible to kind of because we go through the same thing, obviously.
Oh yeah,
And it's
Your
time
guys'
and place though. Like you gotta, you know what I'm saying? Like I was there, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna act like I wasn't in a position where I would love to like, pop in front of somebody and show them what I got going on. But it's like I think the understanding of like, just that everybody, we just humans, you know what I'm saying? Like it's a way to do things. I think that's what go a long way. Those are the people that I'm like, I'll actually stand there and like, if you came correct, I'll sit there and like waste 10 minutes of my day and like listen to your music in my ear and stuff like that.
Yeah. What would be the best way though for someone to like get on your radar?
shit.
Natu-
Email
nat-
or naturally, honestly.
Man, I've seen
that's so true.
I've seen some really creative ways though.
Not- like people really get creative. It's a lot of ways, but my preferred way is to like somebody like to, run into me on some natural shit, like be my friend, or like, you know what I'm saying, we don't even gotta be friends, we just gotta like have like real authentic conversation, and it'll lead to something. Like I'ma have my own interest, I'm gonna dive into what you got going on.
Yeah.
Or if you're just making like noise in the music industry in general, like
Or
we'll
just make
find
some
it.
noise.
There's an artist from Chicago right now called named Star Bands. She's like 16, 17 from the south suburbs. But we just saw her on YouTube like going crazy, and she came by the office recently for an interview, and that was just very natural. It was like, oh, like this is dope. She's local. Like let's bring her by, and it's crazy like the numbers that she's able to.
She's going crazy. Shout out Star Bands, man.
What
I think
suburbs?
she's like
from?
16.
I don't know. I didn't ask. She just said south suburbs.
South suburbs.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I've seen some really creative ways people like send music. Like one time somebody sent me an email and it was like like the subject line was like unpaid invoice, and I'm like, oh shit, like should probably take care of this. Like let me see what this is all about. And then it's like, oh, just kidding. Check out my music. And I was,
Snap.
I was like, man,
I think I got that same email.
yeah, I can't lie. I checked it out. I checked it out.
See, yeah, those are always cool. Like we hired a kid who brought in pizzas and he stapled his resume to the top of the box.
Genius.
Yeah.
You
So
guys hired him?
See, that's
Yeah.
hard.
Oh my god.
yeah, like
Incredible.
yeah.
so hard.
There's so many stories like that. But then there's time like I went to in March. I went to the Zach Bryan concert. I came back to grab my car, and there was a kid sleeping outside. And I'm like, "Yeah, you all right, man?" He's like, "Yeah, I'm just waiting to get an interview." It's like, well, that's,
Yeah,
that's probably not the best way.
We had a situation a couple of years ago where these two kids like somehow, I don't know how, they got to our back door essentially, and like knocked and they were like, hey, we have a meeting with so-and-so. And like, no one ever goes to this door unless they legitimately like are supposed to be there.
Yeah.
And I let them in. And then I like walked away, started doing what I was doing. And then I looked back and they were just deer in headlights, like didn't know where to go. And then I was like, wait, who are you guys here to see? And they're like, we just really need to talk to Cole, this and that. And bro, I had like a standoff with these kids where I was like, yo, you guys need to leave. And they're like, no, like we can't. I was like, no, you guys have to. And I was waiting for some of the guys to come help me. And I had to go. I had to go get help and get them out of there.
That was it.
Yeah, I think if I could give any advice to anybody out there, just like approach things in a really smooth, like how you would want to be approached, you know?
Yeah.
And like, it's like,
because we approachable. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we're
Like,
regular
we some
people.
nice guys.
For sure.
like we could sit there, we could have a conversation for hours, and then like, you know, maybe a couple days later, you're like, oh, like by the way, like I make music, check it out, like
For sure.
Like, oh, like yeah, cool, for sure.
Well, you guys get it, obviously, and you guys also like it's your job to kind of be on the ground floor to hear who's next, right?
Yep.
So
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
it's not the wrong place to go to, but it's just how to come to you at the right time and the correct approach.
Also,
Okay.
my bad. Also, how you do certain things, like it'll let you know, like if this person like really meant for having to be in this type of thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like a person that's meant to be a superstar not gonna do certain shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's just how it is. Like, I could tell based on how you just asked me, like this music is finna be ass. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
What kind of music are you into, Eddie?
Man, I like a little bit of everything, I guess. There's like a couple ones that I don't like, but I mainly was into rap and hip hop in like the 2000s.
Okay, give me some names. What were you
was
into?
like I was fucking Nelly was my guy.
Oh, dude.
Dude, I loved Nelly.
Yeah.
Nelly, Eminem, 50 Cent, like those
Yeah,
were those
yeah.
those are my guys.
So he is 50 Cent's nephew. He doesn't ever tell people, but
Actually,
Nah, bro. but people be thinking that. Funny story enough, you know who Robin Thicke is?
yeah.
yes.
One day in Delilah, I'm in LA, and like I'm just drunk as hell. He ran past me. He came back. He's like, yo. He's like, anybody ever tell you look like a young 50? I was like, sometimes. He was like, yeah, you do.
Just
Man,
young Curtis Jackson.
What was the first concert you ever went to, Eddie?
First concert, dude. It's a tough one.
Let's hear it.
It was I was with my sisters. We went to Backstreet Boys.
Okay.
yeah.
Hey,
So
I'm not
that's
mad at
first
it.
one.
I'm
That's
not
the
mad
first
at it.
one.
That's not a
That's
bad
tough.
first
I ain't
concert.
gonna- They was turd.
Yeah, dude,
Yeah.
we're good. How about you guys?
My first concert was there's this band called Kids These Days. It was a culmination. It was like Vic Mensa was kind of the front man, and there's this band, but they were all teenagers. It was at the Metro. I was probably like 16 or something.
Okay.
Yeah, Metro Kids These Days.
Bro, that Chance the Rapper Aragon show.
It wasn't Aragon, Riviera.
Oh, Riviera.
Yeah.
I keep saying they all ain't they in the same
Right
area?
next to each other.
Right.
Close to each other.
The Riviera show, I think that was my first ever show. It was either that or it was the first Vic Mensa show I went to. It was either that or when the one he had at Reggie's. He had a
Oh, the internet tape release party. Yeah.
And was that we got to see when was, but it was one of
there's
those.
a lot going on in that time frame.
Yeah.
What was yours, Joe?
Chief Keef concert in like 2015. My boy hit me. He had just moved to LA, and he was like, hey, like Chief Keef's got a concert out here, like bro, you should come, like da da da. I was like, I'm down. I'm a big Chief Keef fan, so I like booked a flight on Spirit for like $50. I get on the plane, I get to LA, we drive down to Santa Ana to the observatory, and we saw Chief Keef there, man, because he wasn't doing shows in Chicago. So
Yeah.
I was like, I gotta do this while I
Take this
can, you
opportunity,
know.
yeah.
Like when I was in high school, like my parents didn't let me like do anything like that. Like they were super strict. It's kind of funny how it's complete opposite now, but
Changed, yeah.
yeah, it's I just jumped at that opportunity. I was like, I'm going. It's only
That's
gonna cost me
awesome.
$100 round trip, like, and you're paying for my ticket. Like,
That's
let's
sweet.
go.
Yeah.
It's tough.
Yeah. I saw Nelly in like 2017 in Peoria.
Nice.
wow.
Oh, it was fucking
In
awesome.
Peoria?
Yeah.
Is there a college down there?
Yeah. Bradley's over there.
Bradley.
Uh-huh.
Only college I ever applied to.
Was Bradley?
Two colleges, Bradley and Robert Morris. I didn't get into Bradley. All my Coal City friends are going there. And yeah, that's how I ended up at Robert Morris. But honestly, big blessing. I don't know what the fuck I would have done in Peoria. Yeah.
Same.
Would not be here right now.
Yeah.
I was trying to go to school like downstate because that's where everyone was going, and thank God I didn't, because shit would be way different for me now.
Where'd you go to school?
I went to Southern Illinois.
Southern. My
So, yeah.
brother went there. Yeah.
State school, yeah.
Yep. Yep.
Where'd you go to high school, CP?
I went to Von Steuben.
Oh, no shit. Okay.
Yep.
Nice. How about you, Joe?
Plainfield North.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. There you go. What if you guys had to recommend, like, someone listening out there, give me like the video you're most proud of, and like a video you would tell people to go watch.
To like get to know Lyrical.
Yeah.
All right. So we're each given 2. Go ahead and think about it for a second.
Yeah.
I'm saying Armed and Dangerous for one, so you guys don't.
Don't say that.
Okay. Yeah.
Armed and Dangerous.
It sounds a lot more graphic than it is. It's a beautiful song.
Who's it by?
Juice WRLD. All right, I got my answer if you guys got yours.
All right, so I'll go first. I would say I would tell somebody just to like tap in with just the roots. Probably watch Nowadays with Skies and Landon Cube. Really cool story to that video. And second one I would give is more of my personal. It's like his first video I like just produced like completely on my own. And we had a lot of fun with it. Is Hate Me, which is Ian and Lil Yachty. They just released that one maybe a few months ago. So that one was kind of like my baby. And it's like it's one of the current ones, it's one of the new ones, and I'd say it's up there for the projects we've worked on this year. It's one of my favorite ones.
Cool.
Oh, okay, I got mine. What you call it? Nuketown, Ski Mask, and Juice WRLD. Probably one of my favorite videos ever. You know, personally, and just cause like if you want to like combine like the eras of Lyrical Lemonade, like the up and coming era, like Ski and Juice, huge. You know what I'm saying? Parts of when we started going upward, like, you know what I'm saying, like exponentially upward. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, that's just one of my favorite videos because it was so many like just so many pieces of it, like shot in that desert. It was actually in the desert, that like the big ass plains, everything that went with it. And then I think like some more personal, that's like, and that's not that old, but I would probably go back to I ain't gonna lie, one of my favorite videos personally would be the Famous Dex Unpaid.
That's a good one.
Because it was just Cole and Dex running downtown. It was like one of the first videos, like one of my favorite videos where he first started playing with the like drawing animations on for the effects, like where he's just like using Dex energy and like just making him like, you know, the edits is just like him making shit pop up around him and like making colors out of really nothing, you know what I'm saying? And just and I don't know, and it just had a vibe to it. It was like, it was a time where like I could really like remember where I was while this shit was going on, while Lyrical was, you know, going upward too. Like that was one of them. It had a feeling to it.
That's cool.
I would say if someone was new to Lyrical Lemonade and just wanted to watch a video to get familiar, I would say Godzilla by Eminem. I think like from start to finish, it's really all by its side, like very iconic. Like Eminem's in there, Mike Tyson's in there, Dr. Dre. Like it's a great video. My personal favorite is Armed and Dangerous by Juice WRLD. It's a run and gun video. They shot it overseas, and just infectious. It's one of those like you can't hear it and like not feel like serotonin and like get happy.
Yeah. How's it working with Eminem? That's the one person I gotta ask
So
about the fanboy.
So Joe could probably speak to it a little bit better than I have. I got the chance to be on set for the Eminem video that we shot last December or January.
Yeah,
And
Doomsday 2.
And I was just like fly on the wall, but like I was 8 Mile was my favorite movie growing up. Like I loved Eminem, and he was from, you know, Me to You Away, and I was just, obviously I wasn't talking to him or anything, but I was just geeked. Like on the inside, I felt like a little kid, but it just like when he walks in the room, it's like, oh shit, like that's Eminem.
Yeah.
But I can't say I've like worked with him personally. Like I'd never had a conversation with him.
Yeah.
So
We did Doomsday, which was the first time I worked with him, and then we just did the Toby video, which was like him, Big Sean, and Babytron, which was really cool. And both of those, I mean, like it's exactly what you think it is. Like this is like, whoa, you know. But like when you're on set, you get into like a little bit of a different mode where you're like you're working, like you're super locked in, super dialed in. So like that feeling isn't necessarily like fully present the whole time. You're just starstruck the whole time. But yeah, it's everything you think it is for sure.
I went to that shoot too with the one with Tron, the Toby shoot, and it was like I said, like he was saying, you do get starstruck. You pop up, you like, damn, this Eminem, and then you see like all his team and like how everybody like, you know how you just like run into superstars and you like what you imagine is going on with a superstar is like a million people running around telling him like wiping his face and shit like that. Like that's really what's going on the whole time. So it was cool to see that and confirm that that's really what's going on still today.
Yeah.
But like you said, we didn't say too many words to him. I was just sitting there looking.
There was one point at the video where he was talking like Lions Bears for a second. That's where I really tapped in. I was like, oh man, he was like cracking a joke about I think Jared Goff had fumbled the week before. He's talking about the Lions pretty heavily for a second.
Big Lions fan.
Oh, honorable mention for a video too. I can't we gotta mention this. Damn, Bad Boy with Juice WRLD and Young Thug. That was shot out west. That was the last time that was like my first time ever meeting Juice too. Like, and I remember that day like it was yesterday. It was so cold outside, and I remember Young Thug standing outside like, and there was a bunch of people standing outside that we didn't know that wasn't like just starting to peep the set, and they're like, damn, what's going on over there? Like a big ass group of people. They walking over there and they're like, and I'm thinking that like Young Thug gonna be like, damn, who are all these people? Like, get them up out of here. Like Young Thug walk over there, they were like, oh my God, that's Thug, da da da. Like literally respecting him, like, you know what I'm saying? Like showing him the most love, like literally sitting there like starstruck, you know what I'm saying? Like that, and just seeing like that reach, like, cause I know we rock with artists that's not from Chicago and stuff like that, but just to see like, people like, in that environment, just to see Chicago embrace him, how they embrace him, I'm like, damn, Young Thug, a fucking superstar. Like, that's somebody he walked past me, like, I'm getting chills, like, you know what I'm saying? Not trying to say nothing stupid, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
free Jeff.
And that's one of my favorite videos, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I just like that.
That's a good one. We shot it at like a lumber yard on the west side. Like, it was a very random location.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he don't really perform anymore, right?
I mean, I'm not. He'll like pop
He
up
just
randomly.
he just did something with Jelly Roll recently, I think.
Yeah, he does those
Like
he
little
popped up-
one-off, like popping out.
like Ed Sheeran. I saw he did something with recently.
Yeah.
But
That'd be
He's not
bucket
like
list.
touring or anything.
Yeah, that'd be like a bucket list concert for me.
Eminem.
shit, maybe Summer Smash in the future.
That'd be sick.
We'll
That would
see.
be-
I'll be one of those people texting you though.
Oh yeah.
If that's the case.
Rightfully so.
What's the like, do you have like a dream person you'd like to produce, or is it just not really like that?
Not really. I feel like Drake was that person for a long time. We shot with Drake last year.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think for myself.
I don't lie, that was the biggest thing for me. Like a Drake video was like, this is arguably the biggest artist in the world. You know what I'm saying? In any conversation. So even that happening, it's like, damn, like what else after this? You know what I'm saying? But it's always something more to it. But it really that was the first time I sat there and was like, damn, like who else is doing a video?
Yeah.
Maybe just for the growth factor, like shooting with like a Bad Bunny or something would be great. Like something overseas, like that.
So speaking of Drake, like what do you guys do when it's during this Drake Kendrick stuff? Like, are you just like, hey, we're Switzerland?
You know what's
like,
funny?
stand down?
Because how I said earlier, like how we'll do a lot of like creative content. Like you'll see a lot of platforms posting about it almost every day and doing TikToks about it and stuff. And yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, man, we don't pick sides. We don't really care.
Yeah.
So we just kind of have to stay out of it. But it sucks to see as like where my like producer brain comes into. It's like, man, all these random pages are getting like 100K views, 500K views on these topics. Like I would love to. But
Try to stay out the controversy and picking sides and stuff like that. But we got our opinions. We'll be sitting there in the office, like, you know what I'm saying, going at it about it.
what do you do when there's beefs in the office?
Me, I just kind of sit back and I like when like internal beefs.
Yeah.
Or just like in general, like you said, you went to the Zach Bryan concert, earlier this year. Like, where do you stand on those things?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, isn't there like some big like thing with Barstool and like
Zach Bryan?
Who's the one that was dating the?
So I'm not fully caught up. So same thing. I try to like, I'm not on TikTok. Like I'll post and get out of there.
Yeah.
But Yeah, so she dated him for a while, and it sounds like they just broke up. I don't know much of the details and stuff, but I mean, like I work with her. I know her. I don't really know him. I met him once, but it was, you know, a drunk night at the pool hall by wherever, you know, in River West or whatever. But I don't really have.
So you
much
just
to
don't
say
tap
about it.
in, just kind of stay out of it.
Yeah, like of course, like, but I like Bree. We've had nothing but a good relationship since she's been here. But she works in New York, so we're not really day to day. So I guess it'd be different if it was someone who I'm go closer to here.
Sorry, I keep asking you questions. I'm taking this over. Settle a debate between us three.
Okay.
You're going to get a sandwich in Chicago.
Yeah.
What's the best spot? Don't say any names.
Oh man,
What's the best spot? Like you're going to get one.
you're sitting next to me. so
lunch
be very
sandwich.
careful.
Lunch sandwich. Where are you going?
So like a cold deli sandwich, you're saying?
Cold, hot,
Okay,
however
okay.
you want to do it.
So yeah, so like so we're saying excludes like Italian beef and all that shit.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So
Cold
we're talking
cuts.
a cold cut. All right. So I and I swear I'm not biased because I have a relationship with the guy, but I swear to you, it's JP Graziano. Yeah, it is.
My boy.
It is, yeah.
My boy, I told you.
Yeah, I swear to you, like we don't even. He's not even a sponsor anymore, and I still say it because that's
Dude, it is a great sandwich.
Yeah.
There's something to be said about a sandwich that like, this sounds crazy, but it like kind of cuts the roof of your mouth a little bit.
Yeah, yeah.
Like that bread.
Yeah.
I don't mind a JP Graziano sandwich. Let me
I
throw
will
a couple
die
names
on
at you.
that hill.
Oh, no,
I'm gonna throw
the
names.
names because there's a lot of great ones.
All right, I'm gonna throw some names. Just give me honest feedback. Tempesta Market.
So I don't love their cold sandwich. I don't love like
Okay.
their cold cut. I like some of their hot sandwiches.
Okay.
Great hot
That's real.
Fontano's.
You know what? I think it's good. I don't think it's great.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think Conti, which
That was,
is not.
that was my next one. Yep.
I like Conti more.
We
than
just got put on to Conti, and
Did
I'm
you?
not gonna
Yeah.
lie, close number 2 for JP
Yeah.
Graz.
Conti's right by our office, basically. So we go there for lunch like once a week.
Conti's valid.
Conti's on. That's like my top.
You know what I love about Conti's too? You can go get a 6-inch sub and chips, and it's like $6, $7. Like
Great
it is so
value.
cheap. The value's incredible.
For sure.
For some what look like quality. You know what I'm saying? Quality meat.
For sure.
Good vibe in there too.
For sure. Yeah, I did a top 8, and I think I had.
Let's hear it.
So I had JP 1.
Yep.
I had Alpine number 2. You ever had Alpine?
Ever? What's that?
It's in Elmwood Park in Westchester, so it's in the Burbs.
Oh, that's kind of yeah.
Yeah.
You should hit that.
Check it out. It's legit. I think my number 3 was Riviera. It's on Harlem and Belmont. So it's a little, I grew up on the northwest
Out west,
side.
yeah.
So that's northwest side of the city.
Used to be at the hip.
Right there, dude. Yeah. I live, yeah. That
I remember the first time I went to the hip.
that's it. I spent
The
many
hip a
times
movie.
there. First time I ever went there, I got kicked out for my friend throwing a stink bomb in the fucking in the
Wait,
food
put me
court.
on. What is this place?
Harlem Irving Park Mall
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Harlem Irving Plaza.
Plaza.
It's a plaza. Man,
Okay.
don't forget
All
that.
right, number 4.
4, I think I might have had Bari. I think. You ever been to Bari?
Man, these are some spots you're putting me
Yeah,
on.
please
Oh,
put us
bro.
on.
Get my notes ready.
Yeah. 5, I think I had D'Amato's.
D'Amato's
Good
good.
spot.
Yeah.
Good spot.
6, I think I had or I had Fontano's, I think 6.
Okay.
And then I had 7 Vinny's. Have you heard Vinny's over here?
Yep.
Yeah, I had it recently. Yeah.
Yeah, Vinny's is legit.
Vinny's like sandwich
They're
shop.
very nice in there. Very kind.
The
Like,
ladies like
the lady like was very kind for no reason.
What was the one off Harlem again?
Riviera.
Okay.
Yeah, Riviera.
I like the thing I love about JP Graziano's, man, it's like Jim's always doing the
Yep.
sandwiches, and then his sister's like at the register and shit. Like I love that like
So-
family
yeah,
vibe in there.
big time.
Hey,
homie
finish that
feel.
list off though.
And then at the end, I had some local spots too. Northwest side, there's Tony's Deli. There's Nautilus on Belmont, and then there's another Nautilus on Harlem that's really good too. So I got them all, bro.
Yeah, I need that list.
Yeah, honestly,
Yeah.
just like
There's a
text
graphic
them.
somewhere.
I'll text it to you. Yeah, I
Yeah.
did a TikTok.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'll send you the
you
TikTok.
could just text that over.
yeah.
That's been a big debate at the office
We
recently.
might have to hit all these in the same week.
Well, you might have to go. We might have
Yeah.
to do it. I saw it. Some publication just did one too, like they ranked them all.
Yeah, I saw JP Graziano, #1 sandwich in Chicago.
Yeah.
You
Try to
can,
tell everybody, but
Yeah. So what's your one then?
My one, all right. Am I just going off the food and not like the price, or am I factoring price,
Food.
location,
Just food.
Just food. I really, really, really enjoy Tempesta. Like,
Okay.
I like Tempesta a lot. Conti's probably my 2, Fontano's probably my 3, and then JP's probably my 4.
Okay.
JP, bro, I like the establishment. I get it. I hear all what you're saying, but the bread to me,
I love
Like,
that bread.
I feel a little I don't know if it's sick after the fact. Like Jimmy John's, for example. If I eat Jimmy John's, I feel sick off the
Oof,
bread.
I love Jimmy John's. That's a
Yeah.
good on the road sandwich.
Jimmy John's guy.
Yeah, I like Jimmy John's.
You can't beat it. You really can't.
I think I get what you're saying because to a degree, some people just like the chewier bread,
Yeah.
right? Like I think that's all it comes
Like
down
softer
to. Like
bread.
softer bread. Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of like that hard bread.
Me
but
too.
That's just me.
It's a good change up.
Yeah.
What about
that's
you,
real.
CP?
I like. Well, I'm always low key. I can't say I like the tougher bread because I always microwave my sandwich if it's too. If
He
the bread
does.
too tough.
Yeah.
To make
He
it,
does.
We'll, we'll get
I'm
a,
like, what are you doing? He's like, I like to soften
we
it
get
up.
we get a Conti sandwich. CP comes back to the office, instantly puts it in the microwave.
30 seconds in there, they get it. You know what I'm saying?
He's making his hot ham and cheese.
That makes me hungry right now. Where are the sandwiches?
Yeah,
Um,
that's funny. No, there's a lot of good. Yeah, you got to check out the spots. Let me know if you're ever over that way. Yeah, there's some good ones around there, but we're blessed with great sandwiches
That's
here,
great
that's for sure.
Yeah, like my favorite foods are like sandwiches and breakfast.
Okay.
Like I love breakfast.
Me too. I'll eat an
He's
omelet any
biased,
time of
though.
the day.
Yeah.
4 a.m.
All
I'll
right.
get an omelet.
pick one breakfast place in Chicago. Everyone think about it.
I already got mine. Easy.
That's another thing where breakfast is like people bring up thin crust pizza, and I can give you a few spots, but to me, thin crust pizza in Chicago, every neighborhood has their
Their
spot
spot,
that holds
yeah,
it
yeah.
down.
My neighborhood was Pete's Pizza. That's like my favorite. Off Western and
Okay.
by Lane Tech.
Yep.
I love that spot.
Mm-hmm.
But back to what did I just say? Breakfast spots.
I got mine.
I think there's a few by my house that you probably don't know. Family Pals, Blossom. I think Cozy Corner does a good job.
Cozy Corner, but bro, you try to go to Cozy Corner on a Sunday, you're gonna wait for an hour.
Yeah,
I
it's a long
hate
time.
that. Like,
Yeah. This place is pretty good. The Breakfast Club right here. I like what they do.
there's a breakfast
I
club
just
up
saw that.
north too, off
Is
of
there?
Bryn Mawr.
Yeah. What do you guys got?
Stacks Cafe.
Okay.
Yeah, that's mine.
Where's
number
that
one. There's two of them. There's
Taylor
one on Taylor Street, and then there's one on Milwaukee that they opened up a few years ago.
Okay.
But really good.
Stacks
solid.
Cafe really good. I'm not gonna cap. The one on Taylor, I done went and got multiple days in a row. I done got something from Stacks Cafe some days. Breakfast burrito, good breakfast burrito.
Okay.
What's your
Cozy
your
Corner might be number one though. And then I fuck with little hole in the wall, not a little hole in the wall, but like not I don't even know if they like really changed like Golden Nuggets and like
Golden Nugget? That's a
Golden
good.
Nugget.
Golden Nugget fell off it, but it, you know at one point in time I was really
When we were kids going to concerts all the time, and it's like midnight, 1 a.m. It's the only thing open. That was a good one.
But I'll really go anywhere like if they got omelets and shit like.
You ever been to
not too picky.
You guys ever been to Pauline's? It's up north. It's on Ravenswood.
I feel like I've heard of that.
It's like
They
a
have
mom
pizza there?
No.
No.
It's like a mom and pop shop. There's always a dude sitting outside of it. He's been there since like my parents were teenagers.
Right.
Every morning he's outside and he has 2 parrots. And his parrots are just chilling on his shoulder. Makes no sense.
2 parrots. There's something about the Golden Nuggets that make me feel comforted. You know, like that's like home. You're just driving down a Chicago street late at night, and it's just see the Golden Nugget. It's
Go to
like,
Golden Nugget.
Yeah.
things have changed a lot, but things are still the same.
And I'm not finna leave like I know they a chain and everything, but I'm not finna like leave IHOP out of this. I'll go sit in the IHOP. I really will.
That's a crazy.
Honestly, it's the only thing that's open that late at like 3 o'clock in the morning. You can either get White Castle or you can get IHOP.
yeah. Now I'll go to IHOP, and I'll go to White.
Don't shit on White.
Another-
Castle, I was gonna say.
Thank you,
Yeah.
thank you. He be hating.
No.
It's
God,
some
he be
okay. As an adult, going in a White Castle and walking out with a briefcase full of sliders is one of the like most insane things you could do.
I think it's a confident move.
Yeah.
I think you know who you are.
Thank you, thank you. We don't.
I love how you said
I know
that.
Yeah, that was good. That was
I
good.
I think you know who you are.
I was at I went with my buddy after we went to a high school football game, and then we stopped there. It was like late at night, and this guy was working there. I was like, dude, you've been here since I was a kid. I was like,
Really?
It's like, yeah, like 30 years. I was like, can you come on my show? Like, and whatever. He's like, I don't know, I'm a little shy. Like, whatever. Those guys, like, there's something about that where I'm on record saying too, I think White Castle is some of the freshest fast food you can get
It's really good.
because all
It is
those
really
burgers are made to order.
Yeah,
They
don't get
all
me wrong,
throw them
really
on. They don't put them in a little container and heat them up.
Yep.
Hey, where do you stand, bro? Help me out.
Lance,
On White Castle, I'm a fan. I'm a fan of White Castle. I think White Castle is actually pretty good. I mean, obviously, it's like kind of late night drunk food, so it's like I'm not going to White Castle for lunch. But when the situation calls for White Castle
Does the
I
job.
think any food that you need to get drunk to like feel good about tapping into is bad.
Well, see, here's the thing, Elliot. White Castle is just the victim of bad press because they say like, oh, you eat sliders and you feel like shit the next day. You're shitting your pants.
Yeah.
Here's the thing: is it the sliders or is it the beer that you're consuming? Is it
just 8 burgers after?
Is it the 8 shots you had? That's a thing. So
That's a good point.
Yeah.
I will say
He's thoughtful.
those gas station White Castles, those hit like at 3-4 o'clock in the morning. You know what I'm talking about? The ones you put in the microwave?
I can't get behind those.
Dude, I can get behind those.
Hey, speaking of high school football, who's like your go-to team? Do you have anyone that you're rooting for that you go watch? Like, what game did you go
So
to?
I went to St. Pat's, which is
Oh, my little brother went there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Belmont and Austin.
Oh,
Yeah.
All boys school.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. All boys school over there.
Both
And,
my brothers.
we used to
went
play against y'all sometimes.
Yeah, that's why when you said Von Steuben, I was like, oh, no shit. Like I got some mutual friends that went to Von, and yeah, so I'll go see them. Like I saw 3. I just love it. It's just something cool about Friday Night Lights and
I
just
know.
sitting there and
We
watching football.
Cole was in town the other day, and Plano was playing Richmond Burton at Richmond Burton, and he hit me and our buddy Sal in a group chat. He's like, "Yo, you guys want to drive up here?" We were about to leave, and that shit was like 2 hours from the office. We were like, "We aren't doing this." No way.
Yeah, but I'll go see whoever though.
Yeah.
Whether it be St. Rita, Brother Rice, Mount Carmel, there's a lot of good football to watch.
That's real.
So.
Even
Yeah.
y'all basketball games in like the state playoffs, it was cracking every time I came over there.
Oh yeah. Did you play at Von?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, we we have a good home court.
Y'all do got home court advantage.
Yeah.
I'm gonna it get crazy.
You played ball at St. Pat's?
I play football, not
Okay.
basketball.
Yeah.
So, but we got a good student section, and
Yeah. I went to some games. My little brother played football there, but he went for like a year. I think he didn't like the all boys factor, and he transferred to DePaul Prep. But went to some games there. It's a cool environment.
Yeah. No, it's good. Yeah, cool. So, did you guys move up here from Coal City then?
Confusing story. My mom's from Wrigleyville. My dad's from Portage Park. They had my older brother Eric. They had me, and then when they split, we moved to Coal City when I was like a child, and then we moved back from Coal City to Chicago when I was finishing my junior year of high school.
Oh, okay.
So that last year, I was kind of just like, either driving back and forth from the city to Coal City, or
That's a joke.
I had like, the house I grew up in, I was just there unattended, just throwing a lot of parties, just not a great move. But but yeah, all my siblings on my dad's side went to like either St. Pat's, Amundsen, or Whitney Young.
Okay.
And then my younger siblings, when we moved back up here, went to St. Andrews.
Okay.
St. Andrews, DePaul Prep, and yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Awesome. Well, hey, it was great having you guys in, man.
Yeah, it was
Appreciate you
fun.
for having
Thank
us.
you for
This,
having
this
us.
office
bro.
is incredible.
Yeah, come to our spot and we do.
Yeah, I'd
these-
love to. Yeah,
Yeah.
let me know. I haven't been there yet. A lot of guys here have been there. You've been there, right?
No, I haven't.
Oh, okay.
The other Danny went there, and then
Yeah.
Tom, our
Yeah.
old producer, has been there, and a couple other guys.
Yeah, Carl came through.
Chief, maybe even. Yeah,
Yeah.
Chief went.
Yeah.
Carl came through a couple years ago. Chief came through. We had Andre Drummond and Chief randomly at the office the same day.
Yeah, I remember that.
It was really random.
Yeah.
And then Danny, Tom, all of them. But
I'm the only one that
Feel
didn't get an
free-
invite. It's fucked
feel
up.
free. Hey, don't do that. Feel free to slide whenever though.
Pull up. We'll have some JP Graz.
Yeah, there we go.
We
There
could.
go.
We're about to do a podcast about drafting our favorite Bears of all time.
Oh, let's
You
go.
just had to, off the top, you had to pick one, the all-time best Chicago Bear. Who are you picking?
So, I mean, the easy answers are Lacker, right? But for me personally, Olin Kreutz
Oh wow!
is my guy. I played offensive lineman.
You played center?
Yeah.
I played center too.
Yeah.
Yep.
And he was the guy.
Yeah.
And I still love him. We've had him on the show a bunch, and he's just the man.
You could still snap a ball.
Honestly, no.
Oh, okay.
Like it's hard.
It's
though.
bad.
Yeah.
Were you were under center for the
Yeah.
most part?
Huh?
True.
Yeah. But I mean, I could if I get some reps in, but
I got
I've
you.
tried to go cold turkey sometimes. We were kicking field goals on Chicago Avenue like when we first started, and I was disgusted with my snapping. It was
Damn.
tough.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
But no, definitely come by sometime. Appreciate you guys for having us.
Yeah,
For sure.
Yeah.
Appreciate it, bro.
Yeah, and I don't know you guys got a way bigger audience than us. So if there's anything you want to get out there, let us know.
I want to talk about
Shit.
the Chief Keef documentary really quick.
Chief Keef documentary coming soon. Really tap into LL2. Go subscribe, like, comment, all that.
There we go.
Yeah.
All right.
go watch those music videos we told y'all to watch.
Yep.
There we go. All right, guys. Thanks again.
Thank you, man.
You guys are doing
Appreciate
cool
you.
shit. I love seeing Chicago people do that.
Likewise.
All right, that's it, everybody. Thank you for listening. Thanks for watching. We'll be back on Tuesday. We'll see you then.